Hey, pound cake family. So, adults love birthday cake too, right? And what better way to have it but pound cake style? Let me show y'all mine. Y'all, I love it. I use a little confetti sprinkles for the pound cake, but there are so many different variations of sprinkles that you can use for your cake. So, definitely make it your own. So, come on, let's bake this cake. I'm gonna show y'all how to whip it like butter. Let's go. All right, so we're using salted butter for this recipe, 3 sticks. You can definitely use unsalted if you like. You can also use unsalted and add salt, maybe about a teaspoon. Either way it goes, your cake will come out fine. Salted butter just really boosts the flavor of your pound cake. All right, so we're slowly adding in our sugar until it's nice, light, and fluffy. So we're gonna mix this about at a 1 or a 2 for about 5 minutes, okay? Our oven is already preheated at 325 degrees. That's my sweet spot baking temperature. All right, so we're going in here and we're scraping down the sides of our bowl. And I always like to give another quick mix after doing this before adding my next ingredient. Completely up to you. All right, so we're coming in with our cake batter flavor. So this flavor is like a little light, so I went ahead and added 3 teaspoons of flavor. You typically add 2 teaspoons. You can add 2 teaspoons of this one. You can add 2 teaspoons of vanilla. Whatever your flavor is, the cake will take on whatever your favorite flavor is. You could even add lemon if you like. All right, so we're coming in with 5 eggs at room temperature. We're adding them in at one at a time just until combined. This video is sped up. We're still at a 1 or a 2, y'all. That's usually what I stay at through the entire baking process. Just taking my time. Okay, so we're coming in with our sour cream, but we got to give it a good mix first. But we start with our dry mixture and we end with our dry mixture. So here we are with our flour first. We're mixing only until combined, and then we're coming in with our sour cream. So you see the batter started changing. I stopped the mixer just to make sure that I didn't overmix, and then we're adding in our sour cream. So you can do this in 3 parts. What I always say what's important is that you end with your dry ingredient, which is the flour in this case. All right, so here is our batter here, and we're adding our last mix of flour, and then we're going to come in and we're going to do a last hand mix, okay? Because we want to get in, the bottom of the bowl, make sure that's well incorporated, and we also want to make sure that the sides of our bowl are well incorporated into our batter. All right, and I always got to do something funky, like I'm adding the sprinkles in parts. You can just dump all the sprinkles in at one, y'all. That's fine. Okay, and you can use whatever type of sprinkles that you like. I wanted to use the flat ones this time. There's all different variations that you can use. Here's our batter before it's going into our pan. And I tried a new USA bump pan, y'all. I liked it. It bakes a little bit different than I would say other pound cakes bake, but it baked just fine. And what I love about it is I didn't have to do any prepping, okay? So if you're not using a USA pan, you definitely want to prep your pan well, spray it, coat it with Crisco and flour, whatever your favorite method is, okay? I'm going to link it in my Amazon store just in case you're interested in the pan. All right, so we're going in here and adding our second layer of batter and smoothing the top of that thing. All right, and then I'm going to show you too before we finish the cleanup, because you see it got a little messy on the sides and all that type of stuff. You don't want that because it can throw off how your cake comes out of the pan after it's done baking. So I just come in with my pastry brush. You can definitely just come in with a paper towel, whatever you have to just clean up the sides of the bowl in the middle part. All right, tap, tap, tap. We're going in the oven. Bake it for about an hour and 15 minutes or till it's done. This one needed a little bit more time. All right, let it cool for 10 minutes and flip that thing out of the pan. And let's get ready to make our glaze. So I'm using my signature ingredient in this glaze, the condensed milk. You don't have to use it, but I definitely think it's amazing. Coming in again with that cake batter flavor. Again, you can use whatever flavor that you like. And then we're going to add our milk slowly until we reach our desired consistency. Now, you can make your glaze at the thickness of mine, or you can thicken it up. Let's talk about the food coloring though before we go into that. So I almost decided to use pink food coloring for this, but as you can see, the cake batter flavor gave this glaze a slight tint, so I opted not to use food coloring, but it almost looks like it has food coloring in there, right? Okay, yeah. So I could have went just like slightly thicker is what I was thinking. You know, I always say that. But I definitely still love the way it came out. But you could go a little thicker with your glaze. It's really up to you how you want, your desired outcome and final look to look. But I loved how the glaze dripped down the sides of the cake though. But I did decide to go in with the second layer of glaze. This recipe calls for plenty of glaze, so you can glaze it once, you can glaze it twice, you can glaze and then save a little glaze for when you cut your slices, however you want to do it. So I wanted to add a nice little design. Even though I went in a little bit too early, you want to wait till it sets a little bit more. But that's okay because we were adding our sprinkles anyway. I always try to tell you all what's real when it comes to baking. I've been baking for a while, but I mean, you have your days. And sometimes you think things should go a certain way and they don't go a certain way. And then sometimes you want it to go that way and then you found a new way. That is what's so fun about baking. It's definitely a journey. So just have fun with it. So add your sprinkles however you like. I topped the cake with sprinkles. And I was like, hey, I got this big old bag of sprinkles. Bought too many, but I like these sprinkles. I linked them in my Amazon store too. So I added them on the side of the cake. And I thought it came out like really cute. So, here we go in here with the cut. And I love the way it came out. A nice little mix of sprinkles on the cake. Squeezing it so y'all can see it's soft. All right. I guess we can call this a pre-birthday celebration because my birthday is coming up real soon on July 15th. Now it's your turn with a light butter.